I have to tell you how this story even ended up on my screen. I was watching one of John B's episodes about Cadillac Records when a video from Tasha K suddenly appeared in my recommendations. First, I wasn't planning to watch it at all. I almost scrolled right past it. Then I noticed Claressa Shields featured prominently on the thumbnail, and that immediately caught my attention. I thought to myself, what is being said about her now? I assumed it would be another discussion about the BET Awards, but I quickly realized the conversation was much more dramatic than I expected. As I kept watching, I knew this was something worth talking about. If you want to hear everything exactly as it was presented, you can always watch Tasha K's original video yourself. The discussion really starts to get interesting around the moment when Papoose is shown giving Claressa a piggyback ride. The first topic Tasha K focused on was Claressa Shields once again mentioning that she hopes to have a baby next year. She played a clip from Claressa's interview and immediately added her own humorous commentary. In typical Tasha K fashion, she jokingly sang R. Kelly's song Half on a Baby, using it as a sarcastic way to comment on the situation. Her playful singing quickly turned into a much sharper joke. She suggested that Claressa may indeed be thinking about having a child, but according to Tasha, there was one major obstacle standing in the way. She claimed that Papoose would first need to divorce Remy Ma before any future plans could realistically move forward. Tasha then confidently added that, in her opinion, such a divorce was not happening anytime soon. As you can imagine, that statement immediately grabbed people's attention and sparked plenty of discussion online. The conversation then shifted to footage from the BET Awards. Tasha played a clip showing Claressa walking down one of the aisles inside the venue. Watching that scene reminded me of something I had already wondered about during the event. It looked like Claressa had somehow ended up sitting much closer to the front than where she had originally been. Anyone who has attended large award shows or concerts knows that seating arrangements sometimes change during the event. Guests are occasionally moved to different sections if certain seats remain empty, or organizers ask people to fill vacant spots so the audience appears full on television. Because of that, I initially assumed something similar had happened here. It looked as though someone simply directed her to move closer to the main action. Before long, Claressa was seated much nearer to many of the celebrities and well-known guests, which naturally became another talking point. While some viewers believed it was nothing more than a routine seating adjustment, Tasha K viewed the situation differently. In her opinion, the important issue had nothing to do with where Claressa was sitting. Instead, she focused on the fact that Claressa was seen walking through the aisle with Papoose, who is still legally married to Remy Ma. Tasha argued that the image alone was enough to create controversy. Whether anything inappropriate happened or not, she believed the public would immediately start forming opinions based on what they saw. As the commentary continued, Tasha delivered one of the remarks that quickly spread across social media. She asked, "Why would Pap trade Blue Cross for Medicaid?" The comparison immediately became one of the most memorable lines from her entire video. Many viewers repeated the quote because it was both unexpected and intentionally provocative. Tasha explained that she was using the comparison as a metaphor rather than speaking literally about health insurance. According to her analogy, Remy Ma represented premium coverage because she is still the legal wife, while Claressa represented the lesser option in that comparison. Tasha specifically mentioned Blue Cross Blue Shield because it was the example she chose to use, but her overall message was much broader. She argued that the wife naturally holds a different position than someone who is involved in a relationship outside of the marriage. From her perspective, the legal spouse has the stronger standing and greater importance. Whether people agreed with her or strongly disagreed, there was no question that the comparison was designed to be controversial and to get people talking. It was one of those comments that immediately divided audiences, with some finding it funny while others considered it disrespectful. She also spent time discussing the issue of divorce. Tasha made it clear that she believes the end of a marriage can only be decided by the husband and wife themselves. At first, she suggested that Remy Ma would have to decide to step away from the marriage. A short time later, she adjusted her wording and said the final decision would ultimately belong to Papoose if he chose to end the relationship. Even though she changed the way she explained it, her main point never changed. She insisted that no outside person, regardless of how involved they may appear, has the power to determine when someone else's marriage officially comes to an end. Throughout the video, Tasha continued expressing her opinions with her usual mix of humor, sarcasm, and bold commentary. She presented the situation as one that was almost guaranteed to keep people talking because of the emotions involved and the public attention surrounding everyone connected to the story. By combining clips from interviews, footage from the BET Awards, and her own colorful opinions, she created a discussion that quickly gained attention online. Whether viewers agreed with her perspective or completely rejected it, her commentary succeeded in getting people to debate the situation and share their own opinions across social media. At that point, it was clear that the discussion had grown far beyond a simple conversation about an awards show and had become another chapter in the ongoing public interest surrounding Claressa Shields, Papoose, and Remy Ma. Tasha K then played another clip featuring Claressa Shields during a radio interview. In the interview, Claressa once again talked about her hopes of having a baby next year. She explained that the idea was not only something she wanted but also something that Papoose had suggested. According to Claressa, the conversation about starting a family had come from him, making it sound like they were both thinking about the future together. That statement immediately became another major topic in Tasha's commentary, because it tied into all of the ongoing rumors surrounding their relationship. As soon as the interview clip ended, Tasha completely changed the direction of the conversation. Instead of discussing the relationship itself, she began criticizing Claressa's appearance during the interview. Tasha focused on her makeup and questioned why it looked so different on camera. She said Claressa's foundation appeared much too light and claimed it made her complexion look dull and washed out. In Tasha's opinion, the makeup did not match her skin tone and gave her an unnatural appearance under the studio lights. Tasha didn't stop with a simple observation. She continued making jokes about Claressa's makeup, saying the overall look appeared so pale that she described it as casket ready. It was one of the strongest and most controversial comments she made during the entire video. Her criticism quickly became another talking point because many viewers felt the remark crossed the line, while others argued it was simply part of Tasha's usual style of delivering blunt and sarcastic commentary. She also questioned why Papoose, if he was truly close to Claressa, supposedly did not tell her that the makeup looked off before she appeared in public. Tasha argued that someone who genuinely cares about another person should be honest enough to point out something like that before cameras start rolling. She believed a close friend or partner should have spoken up instead of allowing Claressa to appear on camera looking, in Tasha's words, like a hot mess. Whether people agreed with that opinion or thought it was unnecessarily harsh, there was no denying that Tasha expressed exactly how she felt without holding anything back. As the interview continued, Claressa explained why she was not planning to have a baby this year. She spoke about her current goals and why she believed waiting until next year made more sense. Throughout that discussion, however, Tasha repeatedly interrupted with sarcastic comments in the background. Instead of taking Claressa's explanation seriously, she continued making jokes and expressing doubt about everything being said. At one point, Tasha bluntly responded, "And you can't and you won't," making it very clear that she did not believe Claressa's plans would actually happen. That short remark reflected Tasha's overall opinion throughout the video. She remained skeptical about the future of the relationship and questioned whether any of the plans being discussed would ever become reality. The conversation then shifted toward the timeline of Claressa's relationship with Papoose. Tasha claimed that although many people believe the relationship has been public for around 2 years, she personally thinks it may have started much earlier behind the scenes. She suggested that there was more happening than the public knew at the time, and implied that the relationship could have developed long before anyone officially acknowledged it. According to Tasha's theory, looking back at the timeline raises several questions. She wondered who had been regularly interacting with Remy Ma online, leaving comments on her posts, sending direct messages, and asking for fashion advice. She described a situation where someone appeared to pay close attention to almost everything Remy shared on social media. From her point of view, it almost seemed as if every update, every trip, every outfit, and every public appearance was being closely followed. Tasha continued building on that idea by suggesting the attention eventually shifted from keeping up with Remy Ma's activities to following Papoose instead. Whether viewers accepted that theory or completely rejected it, this was the picture Tasha wanted to present. She believed there was a pattern that deserved attention and encouraged her audience to think about how the events might fit together. She took the argument even further by claiming that Claressa was allegedly trying to copy Remy Ma in several different ways. According to Tasha, it was not just about following her on social media. She suggested that Claressa wanted to dress similarly, wear the same type of perfume, and even recreate parts of Remy's overall image and style. Tasha argued that this went beyond admiration and hinted that it reflected a much deeper level of imitation. After making those claims, Tasha returned to what she believed was the biggest issue in the entire situation. In her opinion, if Papoose had truly decided that his marriage was over, he would have already filed for divorce. She argued that 2 years is more than enough time for someone who has genuinely made up their mind about ending a marriage. Because no divorce had been finalized, Tasha believed that spoke louder than any rumors or public appearances. To explain why she felt that way, Tasha shared a personal story involving one of her own relatives. She described a family member whose husband had relationships with younger women while remaining legally married. Despite those outside relationships, the husband never officially divorced his wife. Tasha used that example to support her belief that some people choose to stay married for years, even when their personal lives become complicated. In an unexpected twist, the relative she was talking about actually called into the live stream while she was telling the story. The interruption surprised both Tasha and her viewers. During the call, the family member jokingly told Tasha that she was getting a little too involved in private family matters and suggested she slow down before revealing too much. The spontaneous conversation added an unscripted moment to the broadcast and caught everyone watching by surprise. After ending the call, Tasha laughed about the interruption and mentioned that there might even be a future interview where those family members could share their side of the story in more detail. It turned into one of the most unexpected moments of the live stream and briefly shifted attention away from the original topic. As she wrapped up that part of the discussion, Tasha explained the main lesson she believed she had learned from her family's experience. According to her, the wife in that situation never intended to simply step aside and allow another woman to enjoy the benefits of a marriage that had never officially ended. Tasha suggested that, in her opinion, the legal spouse still held an important position, regardless of what was happening behind the scenes. She used that story to reinforce her overall belief that until a marriage legally comes to an end, no one outside that relationship can truly take the wife's place. According to Tasha K, the wife in her family story had spent years building a life, a marriage, and a foundation that she had no intention of simply giving up. Tasha used that example to support her belief that a legal marriage still carries importance, even when the relationship is facing serious problems. In her view, someone who has invested years into a marriage is not always willing to step aside just because another relationship has entered the picture. That personal story became one of the ways she explained her opinion about the ongoing situation involving Claressa Shields, Papoose, and Remy Ma. Looking at everything that has been said publicly, my own opinion is a little different. Personally, I don't believe Remy Ma is the person holding up a divorce at this point. Over the past several months, she has repeatedly made public comments suggesting that she considers the marriage to be over and wants to move on with her life. Based on everything that has been shared, it seems like she emotionally accepted the end of the relationship long before the situation became such a major public topic. There have also been several reports and rumors surrounding the state of their marriage. Some stories claimed that Papoose's belongings had already been packed. Others suggested that he had stopped helping financially around the house. There were even claims that he had been sleeping on the couch during difficult periods in the relationship. While many of these reports remain unconfirmed, they have contributed to the public perception that the marriage had been struggling for quite some time before everything became headline news. From my perspective, it appeared that Remy Ma had already reached a point where she was emotionally ready to move forward. On the other hand, it seemed as though Papoose may have had a harder time accepting that the relationship was truly coming to an end. Even after several public controversies and constant online discussions, he still appeared connected to the marriage in one way or another. Whether that impression is accurate or not, it has certainly influenced how many people view the situation. I also think that if there was ever a serious attempt to repair the relationship, it probably became impossible because the same problems continued to surface. At different times, there were reports claiming that Remy and Papoose had been seen having dinner together, leading some people to believe they might have been trying to work things out privately. Naturally, those sightings created speculation that reconciliation was still possible. However, not long after those rumors began circulating, more allegations appeared online suggesting that Papoose was still involved with other women. If those claims were true, it would be easy to understand why any progress toward rebuilding trust would quickly fall apart. Trust is one of the hardest things to restore after it has been broken, and if the same issues continue happening, many people would find it difficult to believe that lasting change is possible. In that situation, history would simply repeat itself, making reconciliation even less likely. That also brings up another question that has stayed on my mind throughout this entire discussion. If someone is already dealing with challenges in their personal life, struggling to manage responsibilities at home, facing financial concerns, or dealing with rumors involving gambling debts and other problems, why would anyone automatically assume that person will suddenly become the perfect partner overnight? Of course, people are capable of changing. Many individuals grow, mature, and improve over time. But real change usually comes through consistent actions rather than promises or hopeful words. That's one of the biggest reasons this story continues to attract so much attention. Tasha's overall argument is actually quite simple when you break it down. She believes that Papoose benefits more from remaining legally married than from officially ending the marriage. According to her, there are still advantages connected to that legal relationship, and those benefits could disappear once divorce papers are signed. Whether those advantages involve finances, public image, personal history, or something else entirely, Tasha believes they play an important role in why the marriage has not been legally dissolved. Throughout her live stream, she returned to that same point again and again. In her opinion, if Papoose truly wanted a divorce, the process would already be underway or completed by now. She argued that enough time has passed for someone who is completely certain about ending a marriage to take legal action. Since that has not happened, she believes it says something important about his intentions. Interestingly, many people online have shared similar opinions. Some have pointed out that if Papoose truly wanted to separate himself from Remy Ma, there were several symbolic steps he could have taken. For example, people have mentioned that he could have covered or removed tattoos connected to their relationship. Others have suggested he could have deleted old anniversary posts, birthday tributes, or social media memories that continue linking them together in the public eye. Because those reminders have remained visible, some viewers believe they send mixed messages about where things really stand. Tasha believes that this is one of the biggest reasons the story refuses to fade away. According to her, Remy Ma still carries significant name recognition, a shared history with Papoose, and a public identity that remains closely connected to his. In her opinion, those factors make officially ending the marriage more complicated than many people realize. Whether that theory is correct or not is open to debate, but it has certainly become one of the main topics people continue discussing whenever this situation comes up. At the end of the day, everyone seems to have a different perspective on what is really happening behind the scenes. Some people agree with Tasha's analysis, while others believe she took her commentary much too far. Her comparison of Claressa Shields to Medicaid and Remy Ma to Blue Cross Blue Shield generated strong reactions across social media, with many viewers calling it funny and others describing it as disrespectful and unnecessary. The discussion about having a baby has also divided opinions. Some people believe that starting a family under these circumstances could create even more emotional stress and public controversy, especially if the relationship remains surrounded by uncertainty. Others argue that only the people directly involved truly know the reality of their situation. Until more facts become public, much of the conversation will remain based on personal opinions and speculation. One thing is certain though, this story continues to spark debate, and it does not appear that the public conversation surrounding Claressa Shields, Papoose, and Remy Ma will end anytime soon.